Hey, it's John with Project DXC, and if you're miserable and in a relationship you hate, you come to the right place. And I have the information for you so you can really understand why the hell you're in the mess you're in. Now, I've been reading a book lately called Fear. Don't remember the author. I'll put a picture right here of it. And what this book is about is it explains our fears and how they interfere with our life and how we can't really appreciate the present because we dwell on the past and we're fearful of the future. But you're asking yourself, John, what's this really have to do with being in a relationship I don't like? Well, one part of the book, it speaks about being fearful of being alone. Now, a lot of people in different relationships, there's some people that just butt heads all the time. They don't match. They don't get along. And I've been in a situation like that. And what it basically derives of is being scared. Fear, basically. And when you're afraid of being alone, you'll hold on to that relationship to the very end because you're afraid of being alone. And an example would be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, dated for a while. Let's say there's high school sweethearts, all lovey-dovey. And it's 4 years later, high school's over, and they've been just nothing but getting in fights. They hate each other. They're cursing at each other. One cheated on the other person. But they still stay together. Now, you would think in your head, well, that sounds like a pretty messed up relationship. They got a cheater. They argue. They fight. That's not healthy. Why are they still together? Relationships like this, it's basically derived from fear, and that's why they don't really want to break up. They're afraid of being alone. They're afraid that if they lose that person, that they'll never find anybody else. That they'll just be searching and be lonely for the rest of their lives. And then that's why they just stick together. They just put through with the arguments, the hatred, the fights, the cheating, just so they don't have to face their fear of being alone. And I had a little situation like that when an individual went to out of state, blah, 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 and I had almost like a fear of being alone, and I tried to make it work, but, long distance never works, and it ended in the long run, but a lot of it was derived from fear of me being alone. I didn't want to be alone again because I was alone for a while. So, in the long run, it really doesn't benefit you in a positive way because you're not really progressing or working on you as a person. When you go through times of breakup and times of being alone and finding someone new, that develops you as a new person. That almost changes who you are. That might bring some light into your life and make you change in a better way. But by having this fear of being alone and just sticking with this person that you do not like, you are really not evolving yourself as a human being intellectually or emotionally. So, my advice for you, if you're miserable in a relationship, is to look at it from a third-person perspective. Look at what's going on. Look how often you guys are fighting. if one or the other cheated. And then from that standpoint, just don't ask. Tell yourself this is either it's going to stay a good relationship, or it should just stop altogether. And if you decide it should stop altogether, which you may, then you really have to break that fear of being scared of being alone. And I promise you, when you break up with this person, you will find someone new. There's so many people in the world. There are so many different individuals. And the internet pretty much just brings everybody together. And it just shows you that there's people even like yourself out there. So don't feel at a loss that you're just going to be lonely for the rest of your life. Keep faith. Break your fear. And you will be benefiting yourself intellectually, emotionally, and evolving yourself as a better human being. And that's my little thoughts on fear and miserable relationships. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment and like. Check out my Facebook page, Facebook/Project EXT. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. And feel confident all the time. Then you really have life by the balls. Now, a couple examples.